In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys can please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. And we are so close to 10,000 subscribers.
I can't believe we are this fucking close.
Seriously.
Literally, we are this close.
Yeah.
And I was one of the naysayers. I said, no, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
These guys, they don't have it.
Apparently, people like us. A lot of people don't like us.
Yes.
But a lot of people love us.
More
So
people dislike probably,
They
but,
do, but
we got it. We're gathering a strong following. We're
Absolutely.
damn near 10,000 strong.
It's been
10,000.
a good year and a half.
If we could somehow mobilize those 10,000, we'd have quite the army.
We would have quite the army.
We could
We'd
probably
have some casualties.
We could take over some small countries.
We could.
Burma, perhaps.
Yeah,
Maybe.
hey.
We could do a lot with 10,000 people.
We could.
But yeah, we are this close. So keep subscribing, keep following, keep sharing, keep doing what you guys have been doing.
And welcome to the High Sci Army.
Absolutely.
That's what we'll call them. We'll call them our troopers.
Yep, where
Our troops.
boot camp is extremely short, but we give everyone guns.
We do.
We give everyone
a lot of
guns.
film watching, a lot of television watching.
Yes.
It's more instructional.
It's
than-
more Rambo watching.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So it doesn't really correlate to the battlefield.
Right. And if you're a visual learner, it's great.
But a lot of throat ripping out.
A lot of
That's
throat
what
ripping.
our army is going to be good at. A lot of hand-to-hand combat. A lot of watching John Wick. A lot watching the classics.
Oh man.
But yeah, we're close, so keep going. Thanks for everything, I guess.
Absolutely,
We're
yeah.
almost there. And we're going to do something special for 10,000.
We will do
We
something
just
special.
might not have figured it out yet.
Yeah.
but
We're gonna do something special.
Yeah, it's only been 4 years, so we haven't had a lot of time to think about it.
No, we haven't.
It's really just crept up on us.
We need a few more years to
Yeah,
think
give us
about it.
4
but,
more years and we'll think about it. But yeah. But we are here. Today is Namaste Monday. Can we say that?
Namaste. Sure, we're gonna go with Monday
Namaste.
today. Normally we release it on Wednesday, but
Yeah,
we are
but we're gonna
bringing this
release it.
one early.
We are, because the people are demanding it.
They do.
This one has been recommended for a long time, and
Yes,
it
it has.
is the 2021 Malayalam psychological thriller, Kala.
Meaning the unwanted.
Yeah, or is that I guess it's Kala the Unwanted, I guess. Yeah, it's a
But it's
2021.
translation is weed.
Yeah.
And not the weed that you smoke.
Weed the Unwanted?
The weed that is pesty. That you
Oh,
just do
right.
not, or pesky,
Weeds you don't
rather.
want, yeah. Yeah, you don't want weeds, are bad.
No, they're not.
But you do want weed.
Yeah.
If you find that growing in
You
your
want that
garden.
ganja anywhere. It's good. It's good stuff.
But
Keep
yeah,
it growing.
Call of the Unwanted. It's a psychological thriller directed by Rohith VS.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't see the last name abbreviated very often.
No, you don't. It's kind of a new
And
thing.
written by Yadhu Pushpakaran, and it's starring probably well-known name, I'm sure.
Of
it is
course.
Tovino Thomas.
Powerful.
He's a powerful man.
He is.
He is very
He's a strong man, and man, can he take a punch?
Man, can he do push-ups? He's doing
can.
clappers
Yeah, he
at one
was.
point.
The beginning of the film, he's like,
Just
it's
showing
just another
off.
day.
Just really, I'm sure he probably brought that on the set and be like, hey, guys, I could do a clap, so let's get
Like,
me on it.
we don't see why. He's like, no, we're putting it in. Just roll the tape.
There
Let's
is
do
no,
it.
and you will see a lot of that in this movie, is why.
Why?
Why was it put in there? Because it is it's a very different kind of confusing film for me.
Yeah.
I was just, it was not at all what I was expecting from the trailer.
No, this
I thought it was going to be this big Jollik 2 hunt.
Yes.
That's what the trailer looked like.
Well, even with the camera work, and he's running and the camera's kind of doing that shaky close-up, you think, oh, okay, Jollik 2 vibe, LJP
He's
vibes.
being hunted by I thought maybe many people were after him, maybe an army of people. No, one guy.
Yeah.
One guy in the dumbest reason ever.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but it wasn't even him being hunted. It was like he was there and he knew he was there.
Yeah, and I would not call this a psychological thriller.
No.
In any
Nor would
way.
I.
It's not psychological at all.
No, and I understand the theme of it, and the whole good versus evil kind of thing, and obviously like dominance. But outside of that, I was like, psychological thriller. This was not. There were no surprises.
But it was definitely trying to be a psychological thriller, especially with the Oscar Wilde quote at the very end, at the very start about, I can't remember, about men being greedy or something like that. But yeah, it was definitely trying to be, but it's not, it'd be like calling, I guess, John Wick a psychological thriller.
Don't know if you can do that.
I don't think you can. I don't think anyone ever has. But yeah, but this movie is kind of like the reverse John Wick, where the main guy killed a dog.
Yeah.
And now there's a John Wick-esque guy who's supposed to be the bad guy.
They're like, let's just take the script of John Wick and turn it on its back.
Yeah, exactly, but not be as good.
No, not even close.
Because the first hour of this film is slow. It's setting up, the first hour is setting up characters. In most movies you get like 20 minutes of character building. This is the first fucking hour. And I don't know if all that...
It needed to be there. No, it didn't.
There's so many.
The main character is like Shaji, right?
Yes.
And he's obviously underwhelming. He's a hothead, but like his life is kind of a mess. He's not. His father doesn't really respect him, and it's like this whole setup of him like trying to steal pepper or whatever those pepper things were.
The
pepper
family
seeds.
peppercorn, baby.
Peppercorn, yeah.
Which I had no fucking clue was worth so much money.
Neither did I.
Pepper?
I guess so. Maybe it's a hot commodity.
The way they wanted it, you would have thought it was
Gold.
fucking Neptune's trident or something, or the One Ring. They're going evil. They're backstabbing over it.
Yeah.
Fucking peppercorn, which is hard to steal too.
Yeah, it's probably pretty
trips.
heavy.
Takes many trips. But yeah, that's the whole premise. Is our main, which I would say the other guy is the main guy, the guy who comes in at the half.
The guy that's dog blew up.
I'd say that guy's kind of our hero, but my God, that guy's like fucking Rasputin. He's hung, he's stabbed, he's shot. He keeps coming back. The man is like the Terminator.
He's literally hell bent on revenge.
What is fueling this man?
I don't know. Pure hatred.
He is at one point he is hung to death.
Literally. Yeah, and then he like resurrects himself
And
like
then
Lazarus.
God, exactly. God says this man ain't done.
He's got some
Revenge
killing to do.
Must be sought. But I thought that guy's name is Samish Moore, and he doesn't even have a character name.
No.
His name is simply Protagonist. And I thought as soon as you see him, he really fucking steals the show.
He does.
This guy is fucking wild.
He's psycho.
It's a wild monkey man.
Yeah, he is.
He's climbing trees at one point.
Yeah. And his facial expressions, too, was like manic.
Yeah, but what drove me crazy about this film is the first hour is establishing characters, but this guy is not established at all.
Nope.
He
Just
comes
some random
in.
guy.
He comes in hour 4 minutes in the film, and then he's just like the main guy. I'll just like nonchalant goes, "Oh yeah, I killed his dog" or something. Like
Whoop-de-doo.
why did we not establish? Why didn't have we in that hour long? Why did we not have a flashback of showing like why Tovino killed the dog? What was his motive for that? It made it just seem like he just killed the dog.
Just because. Yeah, there was no real motive. He said just, like, it made it seem like it was just for fun or whatever, but the protagonist in this, as you said, no storyline, no background at all. The first time we're introduced to him, he's, like, cooking food next to a fire, and then his dog gets blown up. And, like, that relationship between him and his dog
I did forget about that, yeah.
wasn't even established either.
No.
At least show us a scene or two of him loving his dog, caring for his dog.
Well, and
it
it shows some connection between him and Tovino, besides he was just some random guy on the street with a dog, and Tovino Thomas' character just came up and was like, okay, I want that dog now. I'm going to kill that dog. Because that's what he did. He killed the dog and he took the puppy or something, didn't he? And then he raised, because he's got his own dog.
Yeah. With that, I love those. It's
they're Cane Corso.
Cane Corso, yes.
Those dogs are that was the best part of this film. I thought was just looking at that dog. Yeah. Those dogs are fucking awesome.
I've always wanted one of those.
So expensive those dogs are.
Oh hell yeah, thousands.
Yeah. Those are designer dogs. Yeah. Those are very nice dogs. Huge, big, yeah. But yeah, that drove me crazy. Was that there's an hour long of nothing really. It was just Tovino Thomas' character and his wife kind of just going through and establishing that they have to rob their dad. That's the whole thing. Is the story is Tovino Thomas' character. He's this son. He's kind of a loser. Yeah. You don't get the sense because they portray him as like the coolest guy of all time. He's doing fucking. He's working out all the time. He's
strong
walking
man at least. At least he's not a couch potato.
Exactly. You think he's doing something, but apparently he's this big fucking kind of a loser, and now he's got to rob his rich dad, who's like a farmer. Yeah. They got to rob the peppercorn stash. They're going to be billionaires after that.
That was the thing, too. There wasn't a lot of relationship building between the father and him. I felt like they kind of brushed up on it, and obviously we got a couple scenes, but it also just wasn't enough stuff, which is insane to say because, again, an hour before the film even started, but there was no like relationship building with
I would call that first hour a romance film because it is just, I'm telling you, it's just establishing that relationship with him and his wife. I'm pretty sure it's his wife because they have a kid, right? And but she has so little impact of the second half of the film that you go, well, why was she in the first half so much when she's barely in the second half at all, and she has no impact. It does nothing to the film.
No, I would have rather seen less of the wife, since obviously it doesn't matter in the second act, and either more of the protagonist or even the relationship between him and his father.
That's why I kind of go back to Joji, and even though Joji was based on Macbeth, I thought it was a very similar story that was so much better done.
Joji
establishing those characters, establishing the relation between the dad and the son, Joji, obviously, and that's really strained relationship. And establishing the Joji with his brothers and what. It did not do that at all in this film.
No.
Only kind of established the character between him and his wife, but
hats off to the cinematographer because there were some really cool shots in this, but again, I felt like they tried to be too psychological when it didn't need to be. There were these weird, awkward pauses with the actors where they're like looking, and it's like, why do we need that?
It was like hyper stylized. Yes. It was way this is my biggest complaint is too many fucking edits and cuts. Everything, and this was actually driving me insane. Because when you do that, we talked about it before, when you do all those cuts, it takes any momentum from the scene. It every time you're cutting a million times, it just completely takes you out of the scene.
Yeah.
So nothing is ever. There's never a time to establish a tense moment because you're having 50 different cuts. It's like they shot.
And it goes to someone else, so you don't get a build.
Even when he's walking down a path, it's like it was shot from 30 different angles, and the editor was like, let's use them all.
I feel like I'm not doing enough here. Control B, Control B.
We shot this from 30 different angles. Let's use every angle. Yeah. Let's use every single fucking one. I mean, it's wild. The most simplest shots. Him walking out of a gate, 10 fucking shots.
And they broke that 180 degree rule too with cinematography where if you're shooting, it's at 180 degrees, you don't break that wall. Yeah. And that's what they did. They constantly kept going back on the other side of that 180 and then back and reestablishing the scene. And that's what you're talking about with the editing too, where it's just like...
It's so frustrating. Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's
very distracting too.
It is so... Exactly. It takes you right out of the film when you have that many. And it's so weird. It's I don't know what it is, but... You do see it more and more today is all those fucking cuts. If you go back and watch a film from the 70s, there's so little and few cuts in those fucking films. Yeah. You can count maybe literally 36 cuts in an entire film. This film had 36 cuts in maybe a 2-minute scene. Yeah. I shit you not. I was kind of being driven crazy by it. It was almost shot very music video-esque to where nothing is being established, obviously, because usually a music video is only 3 minutes long.
So I would say you're not a huge fan of Chaman Chako, who was the editor of this film.
Oh my God, that guy should be fucking hung. Yeah.
Wow, powerful.
Yeah, hang him like you hung the main guy in this.
The protagonist?
Yeah, exactly. No, dude, the editing was so bad. It was one of like the worst I've seen. It's like, I've showed you that video on YouTube of the guy jumping the fence. I came here, it's from a TV show, and there's like 80 different edits. All he's doing is jumping a fence. It's like an 8-second clip, but they shot it from like 90 different angles. If you haven't seen it, I'll have to show you. It's so fucking ridiculous. And he's just literally hopping one fence, but it's shot from 30 but it's like 90 different cuts. That's what this film felt like to me. Just so many damn cuts. Like you said, there was some interesting cinematography choices, and at some point you could go, "Oh, that is kind of a cool shot,"
And
but then it would immediately
style,
be cut, and,
right.
it would change the style to something different.
And that's the style of Malayalam too, I feel like, is kind of that. And I do like that perspective. I think it's very unique to Indian cinema, and more specifically Malayalam cinema. But that kind of, that where the camera looks up at our protagonist and the camera's kind of moving with him. I kind of like those shots. They're really cool.
Yeah, I do too, but it's not, for me, it's not enough to make this. You can pick out almost 2 good scenes from any fucking film.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't make it good. But yeah, I know almost exactly what you're talking about, where it's like there's one shot where he's running through the forest, and it's kind of that like, it's not stabilized at all, and it's like running with him, you know? It's like, those shots are cool.
Yeah.
But that's like a 4-second scene in a 2
hour and 10-minute film.
Yeah, and what I was talking about was how I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the story to go this way. Is the last hour, which is the second half, because really I would split this film up into 2 parts. It's not really a 3-part or 3-act film. It's definitely more of a 2-act film. But the last hour is literally
combat, one
fight scene.
Yeah,
between 2 guys, not him fighting an army of guys.
Each other.
It's one guy. Yeah. and it lasts an hour. And it is brutal.
It is brutal.
But it is so believably over the top and unrealistic that it's just, at first you're thinking that this film may be grounded, except you should have kind of got the hint by the camera work that it's going to be over the top and very hyper stylized.
Well, think about True Detective with the shovel. I won't say anything else.
Right.
But you know, with this film, it was like they were beating the shit out of each other in the face with shovels, and then they're like, oh.
Again, the guy gets hung, he gets stabbed, he gets blown up, I think, at one point.
And I get the sentiment behind of like what they're trying to do and this story that they're trying to make. But at the same time, it was just like an hour straight of these two just going.
It's too long. It's too long, yeah.
And in some ways, unbelievable too. Because I'm just like,
in some ways, there's a cartwheel kick thrown in there.
There is.
Okay,
I did appreciate that. I did appreciate the cartwheel kick. It was beautifully executed.
It was so, at one point, they do start breakdance fighting.
They do.
They do.
Bum, bum, bum,
yeah,
bum,
it's
bum, bum,
so, again, it becomes so unrealistic at one point.
Yeah.
To where first the fighting is grounded, but then it goes on for so fucking long, and both these guys they're throwing each other, they're flipping each other, dude. They're doing full front flips.
Falling out of trees. And see, that's another thing that was kind of funny about this film, is these two were literally going to hell and back, and then their buddy who fell from the tree was about to die.
Oh, he was dead.
So it's like the world wasn't, there wasn't any rules behind this world, where it was like their friend who fell out of the tree, or his friend, whatever, fell out of the tree. He was on the verge of death. But these guys are falling from 20, 30 feet. They're throwing each other.
Drowned,
hitting each other with shovels.
Don't forget the very first scene with these two protagonists is him drowning the guy for like just recognizing him. Remember? Yeah, it was.
Well, the guy said he was going to kill his dog.
Yeah, and then he's like,
okay,
fuck no.
I'm going to kill you, bro.
Yeah. Both these guys are willing
to go the extra mile.
To go to prison, to go, to be just for the dumbest fucking reason.
Those are the kind of people you want on your team.
Yeah, you're right. You want the go-getters.
You do.
You don't want the people waiting around. These guys are going to get up and they're going to go get what they want.
Yep.
It's going to take them a long time, though. They're not proficient at anything.
No, but they are persistent. That's for sure.
Yeah, they are. Oh, my God. Yes, they are. You think after this guy would be so near to death so many times, he'd be like, you know what? maybe it's not. Maybe this
Maybe
dog.
this isn't
Maybe
worth
me. What am I doing? Trying to kill a dog? Why am I doing this?
Maybe I took this a little too far.
Yeah, maybe I should just go get another dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all fairness, he offered him to buy another dog.
In all fairness, kill the guy.
Yeah.
He didn't even. That's what I felt is like the antagonist or protagonist, whatever the fuck he was. He didn't even want to kill Tovino Thomas.
He wanted to
just
kill his
wanted
dog.
to kill the dog. Dog had nothing to do with it.
The dog is innocent.
In all this, the dog is innocent. He's the only innocent
kill the dog.
bystander. But this guy is like, Tovino Thomas was just in the way.
Yeah.
He was just an obstacle. He did not want to hurt Tovino Thomas, but he was forced to. Yeah, it was just wild.
Do you want to hear something else that's pretty wild? This film was made for 3.6 crore. Turned around at the box office, 25.10 crore.
Yeah.
That's a crazy return.
That's pretty good.
On a film. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's real good.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
almost a 10x.
Yeah. It's
an 8x.
It's good. Yeah, and I don't know. To me, there's so many good better Malayalam films.
Right.
I don't know if there's right now there is.
Yeah.
But
well, and we got to be honest here. This has got to be our least liked Malayalam
this
film.
felt the most like a Bollywood film from Malayalam to me. That's what it felt like. It was just so over the top in that way, where most usually from Malayalam or Tamil. We're used to those real grounded fucking films, and this is not. Again, maybe that's kind of hurt my perception of the whole thing. Was I was gonna go into it thinking this is gonna be fucking awesome because it's
were
Malayalam.
Pumped for this film. Too,
Yeah, we were.
Because I was thinking it was gonna be an LJP style film.
Me too, and then it was like it was not. It became just the most generic like action film like you've ever seen, and it's just.
It was underwhelming and disappointing.
Yeah, and to go back to Jallikattu, man, that film has got very few cuts.
You're right.
The camera lingers on everything, and it's so much better.
I know. We might just have to go back, re-review that just for fun.
Truly.
When is it, folks? Let us know in the comment section.
If there was an option in watching Truly, I mean, if both these films came out in the theater, I will be very upset to hear people saw this over Truly. Because, I mean, I assume Truly is going to be amazing.
Honestly, that is my most anticipated film thus far. I know Dune's coming out in December, but I still haven't read the book, so I'm not as hyped about it. I'm actually most excited about Truly.
Well, Truly's never going to come out.
I hope it does at some point.
I know.
It sucks, man. I just want it out.
I really, especially after a kind of a disappointing film that I'm just going to say I was disappointed in Kala. I need the Truly palate cleanser.
Yes.
I need LJP to come in and rescue, because this is, like you said, this is probably our most haven't we liked every Malayalam film?
We have never disliked a Malayalam film.
Yeah, which is insane. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. But yeah, this is definitely, because it was the opposite of Malayalam film in my mind.
Yeah.
It was just, it was everything I didn't want in a film.
So it appears that it was already released in theaters.
Yeah, I think we knew that.
Yeah,
in India, yeah.
But shit, we're never going to be able to see this. It just sucks. Someone let us know, please, where we can find this. I have a VPN. I will move it over to India.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do.
I know, man. I got to see this
find
film.
Yeah, we got to see it. It's yeah, and again after this film, I want it really bad. Now I want it even fucking more.
Yeah.
And I should have known that this film was going to be less than expected when LJP's name isn't anywhere near it.
No, it wasn't.
Usually we watch a Malayalam film and his name is on it somehow.
I just found the release date.
What?
It's coming out on Amazon Prime Video in July.
Oh my. Is it really though? Is it really?
OTT platforms, release date, streaming date, Amazon Prime Video, July 2020.
I won't believe it. I won't believe it until I'm sitting in front of a TV watching it.
I know.
It's going to be great because Amazon almost always releases that stuff in 4K too. So it's going to be, even though we can't see it on a big screen, I can at least watch it on a 60-inch 4K TV,
exactly.
Which is pretty nice still.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Maybe for our future Patreon, we could do watch films live and put a little ticker up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
We got a few things in the works.
Now, truly is going to be a psychological thriller.
It is.
That's going to be.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's going to be a legit psychological thriller. What genre would you? I would just call this an action film. Even though the first half, there's zero action.
A romantic action film. There we go.
I don't like that at all.
Slice it up. No, it's not a good, not a good combination.
Yeah, those are not my favorite genres.
No.
So you mix the two, and yeah. Although with some bright spots is I did thought the dad did do a good job for the little part that he played.
Well, he's famous.
Yeah, he's got one name.
Yeah.
So you know.
And when you have one name, you're bound to be successful.
His name is literally Lol. Which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And he's got a cool picture too for his first picture on
He's a
Google
very
Images.
decorated actor too.
Yeah, I wanted more of him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wanted more. I mean, but we didn't get it. We just got him and the wife. And like you said, those scenes where like it'd just be random, where like a character would be looking out a window and they'd see another character, and all of a sudden that character would turn, or that character would already be staring at them.
Right, and I'm like,
and then he'd do the quick like, and the kid, what's happening here? What am I supposed to be feeling with these shots? Like, what's the emotion? I think at one point we don't even know the character. It's like the gardener guy,
right?
It's stupid. And like, what the fuck? I'm like, well, wait a second. Like, am I supposed to know who that is?
Well, that's the thing. I think literally when they called it a psychological thriller, they were just trying to confuse people the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, what the? And even the dad at one point is just like staring at the little kid.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes like, I got an orange in my cupboard. Go grab it. Like, what is happening here? There's
Very confusing.
Everything was just so over the top. The score was over the top. The music was over. Even when he's like washing his hand, it's like an 8-string quartet. So dramatic. Everything was so over the top, and that's what made it feel really Bollywood to me. You know, there are some good Bollywood, but they're always almost over the top.
Bollywood's they're over the top.
That's what they're about. Exactly, yeah. But this one felt like it was over the top when it wasn't supposed to be over the top, obviously. But yeah, I was disappointed, unfortunately. I thought we were going to sit down and see a really good...
I know. We were stoked for this
maybe
one,
our bar is set too high for Malayalam.
But you're bound to have a bad one, right?
Yeah, of course. You got to.
One that doesn't resonate well with us.
That's what makes you appreciate the good ones more. Yeah. You know, you got to have one. You got to have a miss.
Let's just hope we don't see another bad one for a while.
Yeah, because
Malayalam is definitely my favorite in India.
Oh yeah,
unquestionably. So,
but this is hurt. It's hurting me.
It notched it down to about a 10 to about a 9.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the average is still pretty good. We've seen at least 10 Malayalam films. 9 of them
I'm sure
have been great,
if LJP would have saw this, he would have made some changes. He would have said, he would said, I got nothing to do with this film.
I think he would have made less changes in the editing room, at least.
Oh, he would have killed that man.
Yeah, you're fired.
He would have. I really do. I want to see. I'm sure he did see this film. I'm sure he probably sees every. He's probably Quentin Tarantino-esque, where he probably sees every film from Malayalam.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would like to know. I did see some of the reviews. Most of the official reviews were giving it like a 3 out of 5. Yep. But there was definitely some user reviews that were mirroring what we were saying. One guy was talking about the edits, and he was going off, but it's so true. It's so fucking true.
It's going off on a tangent.
Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Would you recommend this film to people?
No, I wouldn't. If I'm being honest, no, I absolutely would not.
Yeah, there's so many other good films, especially on Amazon Prime. I mean, India films. There's so many other good films from India that you should watch before you watch this one.
For sure.
Especially if you're just jumping into the Malayalam.
This is the worst one out of all of them. If you're just jumping into Malayalam,
you'll never watch another Malayalam film again if you see this.
Not.
I mean, I don't want to say it's the worst film of all time, because it's not, but it's just, again, not to the bar set by the Malayalam standards.
However, if you want to go see a Malayalam film, just go check out old LJP.
Check out anything in his filmography.
Yeah,
but I would highly recommend
Jallikattu.
It is so fucking good. It's one of my favorites, man. I love Jallikattu. I have dreams about that goddamn bull running through my mind all the time. People chasing him. It was so good. But yeah, I would recommend. There's a few other Malayalam films that you should see.
Angamali Diaries wasn't bad. Ima was good.
Anything LGP too. Yeah. And he's a good actor as well. So that's all I have for Kala Mason. And by the way, I watched this one in Tamil.
Yeah, you
No
did.
reason.
No reason.
But I did. I don't think it added to the film. I don't think it took away anything. I don't think it made it a better film. But yeah, I did watch it in Tamil. So whatever that means.
When I watched it in Malayalam.
There we go.
There we go. We got.
Was it any better?
Well, no, it wasn't.
Okay,
unfortunately, not much different.
Which we did have a little scare before this.
We did because filmmakers in India like to remake films, and he was like, "Yeah."
But we haven't seen a film remade within the year.
Within the year, yeah, it was pretty close though. We did have it within one full calendar year, but yeah, when you told me you watched the Tamil version, I about crapped myself. I was like, "Dude, this is not good. This is not good."
No,
but. Nonetheless, no, it was the same.
Yeah, because I cannot go back and watch a different version of this film. Yeah, I cannot. And I can't, although I shouldn't say it, but I can't see this one being remade, but it will be.
It probably will.
It will be.
To some
the fact
capacity.
that it made so much money is I'm sure there's an official Bollywood version being remade right now.
God.
Yeah. Which, imagine if this film's over the top. Imagine
Bollywood.
Imagine how many edits in that thing.
He punches him, he shoots the orbit in the moon,
and then
falls back
90
down.
different angles. It's so disorientating. You're just like becoming sick. Like there's so many different cuts happening.
People are throwing up in the theater.
No one knows what's going on. There's so many cuts. There's so many stares and quick zoom ins to the headshots. Every time anyone stares, it's just a fucking zoom in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's all I got for Kala.
Well, that is our review for Kala. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Kraus, and until next time.
Bye.